Hi, my name is Oliver, and this is Create Something with Onramp. So today we're going to go over Amazon inventory management. Inventory management for an e-commerce business is the tracking of your inventory from creation into its final resting place in a warehouse. Basically, for inventory management, you want to kind of track where your products are, where they're selling and things like that, so you can always keep a good flow of products and you're always keeping your stock levels high and you're selling well. So inventory management is just that, it's the management of your inventory. So in terms of Amazon, it's a little different because Amazon sellers, they have an extra step of inventory management on top of already managing their inventory. And that is sending their inventory from their warehouse or wherever they're storing it into Amazon's FBA warehouses. That adds a layer of complexity onto the idea of inventory management. And there's a few things you have to do extra and watch out for when you're managing inventory on Amazon as well. While this is more work for you, it does allow for your products to become Prime eligible and you have access to Amazon's Prime audience, which is the main appeal of being on Amazon FBA. The rules of Amazon inventory management. So selling on Amazon, they say there's two very important rules. Rule number one is stay in stock, and rule number two is don't go out of stock. So with that in mind, the key to Amazon inventory management is never going out of stock. So how do you successfully stay in stock on Amazon? It used to be much easier to stay in stock on Amazon. You can just send as much product as you want. You can send 6 months, a year's worth, and then they'll sell it and then just send it anytime. And then, you're pretty much safe to stay in stock. With the pandemic, that kind of changed everything. Amazon kind of has imposed these new rules where you can only send a certain amount of product to their warehouses at any given time. It used to be very strict, but right now it's to the point where they want you to send roughly 30 days to 60 days worth of product to them at any given point. This can be a problem because it can take some time to get your product from from your warehouse into Amazon's warehouse. It can take anywhere from 7 to 30 days to get your products from your warehouse to Amazon's. So a little bit of a balancing act is what sellers are dealing with these days. You have to kind of find out your warehouse. You have to calculate how long it takes you to prepare products to send to Amazon, typically how long it takes for the carrier to pick up your product and then send it into Amazon's warehouse, and then how long it takes Amazon to integrate your products, which they received at their warehouse, to get in stock and sellable. And your products are not considered in stock unless they're Prime eligible, sellable, and ready to ship. So that's where the balancing act comes in. And every kind of seller is different because every product mix is different and every warehouse is different and every distance to every Amazon FBA warehouse is different. So as you kind of run your business, you can kind of see how long it takes you to complete each of these steps, and then you can determine how often you should be restocking your stuff at Amazon. One way to help with this is using Amazon's Restock inventory report. They'll kind of give you a prediction of how many days each of your products are going to last in their warehouses before they go out of stock. So if they start getting under 30 days, Amazon starts saying, hey, you should send some stuff to us real soon. That's a good way to kind of track your inventory with an official tool from Amazon that's free and available to everybody. So one thing that happens is your products are gonna go out of stock. It's kind of unavoidable for every seller. Every seller kind of faces that, maybe it took a long time to get your stuff manufactured, maybe it got stuck overseas, maybe it's stuck at the port, maybe it's just taking a long time, you're gonna go out of stock. So the worst thing on Amazon is going out of stock. You don't want to go out of stock. That's like the worst thing because then you lose ranking, you have to regain those rankings, you have to regain your sales, you have to run more advertisements to get back to where you were. It's just bad. So one thing you can do, instead of going out of stock, you can actually slow the rate of your sales of your existing products so you take longer to go out of stock. And there's two main ways to do that. Step number one is you can slowly raise your prices. So if you raise your prices, you'll automatically hurt your conversion rate. Price and conversion rate are tightly kind of linked. So if you raise your prices very, very slowly and steadily, you'll kind of start to see your conversion rate drop, and that'll decrease the rate of sales. While this isn't good for your rankings or for your position on Amazon, it'll stop you from going out of stock. So it's better to have slower sales than it is to have no sales. Next, if you're running PPC campaigns, and these days you should always be running PPC campaigns, you can adjust your bids to lower your bids, again, to stop showing your product to so many customers, and that'll also lower the rate of sales. Or if you're really desperate, you can just pause advertisements for a while until you have a fresh stock in the warehouses, and then you can continue your usual way of selling. After that, it's pretty much a game of balance and trying not to go out of stock and managing your manufacturing and your shipping, and always kind of understanding seasonality and little things here and there. And the more experience you have running an Amazon business, the better you'll get at Amazon inventory management. And that's it. That's a pretty general guide for Amazon inventory management. If you like this content, please subscribe. This is Create Something with Onramp. We're creating more content all the time for helping Amazon sellers and e-commerce sellers grow their business.